Hello, y'all, and welcome to the Queen's Tarot. This is for Aries for the month of December, your December reading for the month of December, and Sagittarius season. So let's get into it for you guys. Okay, for you guys, I feel like a lot of you with the Knight of Swords here has been forced. A lot of you have been forced to make a lot of quick decisions, to make a lot of spur of the moment decisions. This might have to do with family, with moving, or maybe with changing jobs very quickly. And a lot of these choices have been poor choices that you've made. You've made them kind of like flying by the seat of your pants. You've made them like really in the spur of the moment, and they may have been choices to just be quick fixes. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you were just trying to make the choice that would leave you feeling the most comfortable, and the choice that would make you feel like you knew at least there'd be food on the table. You knew you would be able to survive, whether that's mentally survive or emotionally survive. You definitely made the choice that was going to put food on the table and money in your pocket for that time being. But these choices that you made, even though they were well intentioned, they had good intentions to them, they really didn't lead you to your higher self. There weren't really choices that supported your higher self. And so now you're feeling extremely stressed out because of all the responsibilities that are on you guys. And you're finding yourself surrounded by people that lack the skill set that you have. A lot of you may be focused on a certain trade. You might have a certain trade that you've perfected, that you've been doing that for a long time, or that you're very talented in. And you find yourself always giving advice to others, but you don't receive that in return. And so you just feel a little depleted and a little down because you guys need, as an Aries, you need that goal post to focus on. You need to be able to appeal to a higher standard, and you need to always have a standard that you're reaching for. And like, you guys are big goal setters, so you need to have something that you are motivated to go towards. And right now, with you basically helping everybody, basically teaching everybody, and holding everyone's hand in a way, mentoring everyone, you're setting the goal, you're setting the goalpost, and you're not necessarily feeling motivated. You're not feeling like you see your next vision that you want to meet in front of you. And that's leaving a lot of you feeling very drained and depleted. And even though you don't want to be mean, you don't want to make other people feel rejected, because you don't want to be seen as like a negative person. You don't want to be seen as a dick. Like, you want to be nice and kind to those around you and develop nice and positive relationships. But you also need to take care of self, and you're realizing right now, for you Aries, that is lacking. So the Magician card also came up, and that is just to show that you need to change some things about your environment. Maybe you need to get involved in a night class where you can receive an extra certification and get a better job where you'll be around people that you can learn from. Maybe you need to start going to get-togethers after hours or after work, or just get a second job where you're not forfeiting that stability that you've worked so hard for, Aries, but you are putting yourself around people with this new opportunity that's going to change things around for you, that's going to make you feel like you're learning new skills, that's going to make you feel as if you're finally in the student seat and you're learning from those that have exceptional mastery that you are acquiring. So people that can teach you something, people that can help you get to that next level, and people that you can feel equal to, that you can feel like are as driven and as much of a go-getter as you are. So a lot of you are going to have to take a night after you get off of work when you might be tired, and go and venture out and find those opportunities. And after a while, that new schedule that you'll have because of that is going to feel like second nature to you. A lot of you might be dating someone younger than you, and this person just, you find yourself in the teacher seat a lot. You find yourself teaching them a lot of things, and maybe it's time for you to branch out and also date other people who are going to make you feel like you're on equal footing with them, instead of always being in that parent role that you find yourself in so often. And also, this is the Ace of Swords is here just talking about getting your thoughts right, making sure that you're thinking positively. It's very easy for you, Aries, to get bored with something and then start thinking negatively about it and be ready to abandon it. But this is a sign that you are not necessarily supposed to walk away from this job or from this opportunity, wherever it is that you're finding people, that you're interacting with people that you feel like you have more expertise than. Don't totally abandon that job because that's still bringing money in. Don't totally abandon that relationship because you're still here to learn something from that, or there might be more to gain from that connection. That person that you're teaching a lot to could grow in the near future, and you may not find yourself in that parent teacher role, in that parent role with that person, that parent child role. You may not find yourself in as a teacher in that student teacher role. They may grow out of that, especially I feel like a lot of you might be dealing with a Sagittarius, possibly a Cancer or a Capricorn, and this person might have just needed someone in their corner who was going to show them the way, and they're an eager learner. And you notice that when you tell them to do things, they do it. Like, they go out and they do it. And so they're not somebody that you're just like, giving handouts to, somebody who's not taking heed to what you're saying. They really are like learning from you. And for those of you who are in a work situation, those people at work might just need somebody to come in and be innovative in their department, in whatever area it is that you work in. And when your time is up there, your time is up there. But while you're there, this job is so easy for you that you might as well just stack the money and use something else that is not as much of a challenge. Like, this job isn't as much of a challenge to you. So it's an easy and secure job. You're probably one of the best at what you do, in that space. And it's a really great space for you to just earn money. And then you can get a challenge for yourself where you're growing somewhere else. So even though it may not be that emotionally fulfilling to you, you might be surrounded by a lot of people that just aren't as experienced. It's still there to teach you something. You might even be surrounded by people um, that are immature, that need you as a teacher right now. And that's not to say that you're supposed to put your whole life on hold for the people that need you, but there's something for you to gain here. Maybe you might be in a few months promoted to supervisor as people see how many people look up to you naturally and ask you for advice. Um, but keep your thoughts positive about this, because this may this may be something that is easy to think negatively about, but the universe doesn't want you to go there. It's not best for your higher self that you think negatively about this, because there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and this will be ending shortly. So here we have the Ten of Wands, and also the Eight of Swords upside down. And this is just signifying that in your past, you did have a experience that was similar to the one you're going through right now with these people. This workplace that's not motivating you as much, that really became burdensome to you. You had an experience where you were overburdened, where people tried to put all the work on you and then tried to make you responsible for their mistakes. You had experiences with people who weren't as trustworthy. You had experiences with a lot of people trying to make you responsible and putting the whole weight on you simply because they knew you could do it. Even though it probably wasn't your responsibility to do it, they still knew you could do it, so they put it all on you. And you're worried about this becoming that experience again. You're worried about you getting overwhelmed, again, people crossing your boundaries and you letting yourself down after letting your boundaries down with these people. And the universe just wants you to focus on this King of Swords energy right now, which is that thoughts become things. And if you're worried about that, if you're worried that your thoughts are going to manifest that, so you want to make sure that you're thinking positively about this experience. You want to make sure that you're hoping for the best. Maybe you can get a promotion out of manifesting it through this experience. Maybe you can turn things around, and when you see someone trying to violate that boundary, this may be a test that the universe is putting you through to make sure that you put up the correct boundary so this doesn't happen to you again, because you can only be saddled with as much of a burden as you allow people to put on you. So this could also be a test for you about putting up the correct boundaries, and about also with these two cards coming up for you, Aries, the Five of Swords and the Judgment card. This shows a pattern that you have of poor judgment. And a lot of these sneaky people, a lot of these stealthy, non-reputable people that you've been surrounding yourself with have been let in to your life through your lack of judgment, through you ignoring or not paying attention to the warning signs about these people's character or behavior. And the universe just wants you to know that if you see somebody doing somebody else dirty, if you see somebody acting sneaky, talking about someone else, stealing from someone else, they'll do that same thing to you. So that's just something for you to look at. Don't ever think that because you team up with this person or you think that you have them on your side, that somehow that's going to stop them from being just as negative and nasty towards you. So make sure that you're aware of that and that you keep good people around you. But some of you might actually be dealing with a negative and immature person in the workplace or in your social setting, and they are there for a reason. This person might be very annoying to you. Some of you might be dealing with a Gemini, some of you might be dealing with a Sag, some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio. And the reason why this person is in your life is to teach you how to set healthy, appropriate boundaries. So don't run away from the situation just because you don't like this person's actions. Yeah, this isn't a good connection for you. And this connection is purely here to show you how to walk away from those things that aren't meant for you, how to work on setting those appropriate boundaries, and that is represented here by the Two of Cups, that relationship, and then also the Eight of Pentacles, so upside down, and you just need to really work on how you deal with this person, the little details of how you interact with this person, and really just standing in your power. You know, this person might be asking to borrow money from you, to borrow your car, to get rides from you, asking you for a little bit more. It may not be a lot, but it'll be a little bit more than either what's appropriate for a coworker to ask or for a friend to ask, or maybe it might be more than what's appropriate that you would feel comfortable with. And this is about, see, the Hierophant is here in the middle of these three cards, and it's about standing in your power. As you know, as a person, as an Aries, you guys are known for being leaders, but you also can have a soft heart for the wrong people, and you need to learn how to stand up and stand in your power, and to only allow those relationships represented here by the Lovers that are good for you, to know what a good relationship feels like and what building a good relationship feels like, versus, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. I mean, for some of you it might be that maybe some of you were talking to a freeloader or somebody who does have ill intentions, but for most of you, this is going to be a platonic relationship. This is going to be somebody in your social circle. This is going to be somebody at work. So, and for those of you who this does represent someone that you're dating, this person might be somebody you continually have to say no to, that plays like a childlike role, and you're there to show them to grow up, like to go like, no, I'm not going to carry you through life. I'm not going to drive you to your interviews. You have to do this yourself. And whether they, I don't know if you would even want to be with a person like that, but if they stand up to the occasion and they grow up, this could just be an experience. You dating them could be an experience for them, just to show them how to grow up, like, how to not depend on everybody else. And as Aries, you're very self-reliant, so you should expect the same from other people. You shouldn't be carrying them all the way, because then you have to rely on yourself for yourself, and then you have everybody else relying on you too. And that's going to create this Ten of Wands overwhelm, burdensome feeling that you don't want. So this experience is also about just choosing what's right for you, choosing the relationships that make you feel good, that make you feel supported, that make you feel that it's a divine connection, and that it's a purposeful and healthy connection, and that puts you in your place of power as a Hierophant, that makes you feel like you have a say-so over what's happening. You shouldn't just be saying yes to people out of guilt, or out of feeling sorry for them, or fearing that if you don't say yes to them, that they're going to feel that you're a bad person. So your big lesson in Sagittarius season, and the season of December of Sagittarius season, is really about drawing those appropriate boundaries and choosing those relationships that support you. And that is just reflected in these three cards here. We have the Three of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles upside down, and then the Ten of Cups. And this is about relationships. The Three of Cups here is about relationships for you guys, picking those positive relationships and those relationships that support you. The King of Pentacles simply representing those relationships that you need to let go of, that are not an appropriate support to you. Those relationships where you're giving out your resources, out your time, your emotions, and you're not getting anything back, or anything substantial back. And the Ten of Cups is here, just showing that you need to recognize what those negative relationships are, identify those negative relationships, and let them go. Like, just let those relationships go, or let them fall to the wayside. Stop supporting people that you don't need to support, and stop, putting so much energy into those connections where you're giving, and not getting. So, some things for you to watch out for, Aries, this season. I'm going to draw 4 cards for you guys. So here we have the the Six of Cups. We have the Seven of Wands and the Justice card. And this is basically just showing that you guys need to watch out for constant conflict and battles that are losing battles, where you are linking up with people who are basically kind of draining your mental energy. I see a lot of you having your mental energy be drained, a lot of you doing things for people, and doing things for people in a way where you're constantly, again, giving, and you're not getting that same support back. It's taking time out of your day when you could be doing things productive at work, as far as the goals that you're set to make and put forth. And then also that you keep feeling as if you keep going ahead and doing this for this person, maybe they'll learn, maybe this will be the last time that you have to do it, but it's something that keeps coming up over and over again. And it's really an internal struggle for you, that you don't want to do this for this person, but you feel like you keep having to. And it could be multiple people, but either way, it's a situation where you're helping this person and you're not getting anything in return. And then it's a constant struggle for you, because you don't want to feel guilty for not helping them. But you don't want to be labeled as that person in the office that, was an a-hole, won't help anybody. But there comes a time when you do have to do what's right for you. And this is where the justice card comes in. You have to do what's right for you. You have to focus on yourself sometimes. You do have to support yourself and make sure that you're being fair to you. And this is why the justice card is coming up upside down, is that you have to fix the balance within yourself, your own inner balance, and make sure that you are being fair to you. Make sure that you are doing what's right for you. And that you are making sure that you're supporting yourself more than you're supporting everyone else around you, because you're not going to be a good giver anyway if you're supporting everyone else and then not giving to yourself. And this is also about being patient with yourself. You tend to beat yourself up a lot when you do make the wrong decision and you feel like it's something that you should have known ahead of time. But sometimes there is no way to know, ahead of time. Sometimes life just offers us lessons and we just have to learn from the lessons. So this is really about you being patient with yourself and really being slower to make decisions when you do get to a point where someone asks you to do something. Take a moment and really stop and think about it. You might have to tell them, to give you a minute so that you can think about it. Go do something else and come back and really think about whether it's going to be beneficial to you or whether it's going to take something away from you to help this person. So this is what you guys need to watch out for the month of December, Sagittarius season, Aries. And as always, keep your head up and make sure that you pay attention, that you learn the lessons you're supposed to learn this season, and so that you don't have to repeat it. And just make sure that you stay confident and that you trust in your own intuition, and you'll be fine. All right, well, thank you for watching the Queen's Tarot. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how November's been treating you, what your plans are for the holidays. And make sure that you keep checking back, because I will be posting videos more often than not every day. Definitely a few each week, and you'll be able to contact me by the number posted under the video as well if you would like a free read. I mean, not a free reading. If you would like a reading, if you would like, even though I will be having free giveaways for free readings soon, especially once my Twitter account, the Queen's Tarot, goes towards 1,000. Once we reach 1,000 followers, there will be a 5 giveaway free reading. So that will be happening. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. Comment on the post. I post pretty much several times each week, so there definitely will be stuff up. But aside from that, keep checking back for different readings. I pick a card readings and things of that nature. But I also do intuitive readings, different things. So make sure you check out my price list. It's posted on my Twitter, and it's also posted on my account down below. So, all right, you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching the Queen's Tarot. Bye.